of the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Today, I think we are going to do two topics. We're going to do Daniel Jones, social media and leadership, and the unexplained disappearance of B.J. Hill. But first off, we're going to do a little programming content. We're going to start doing about 3 videos a week, and we're going to try to do a couple during the week, and then we are going to have a what I would call a higher production video, probably on Saturdays and Sundays. Not that we're not going to have production value on the ones we do now, but I think we're going to do like we did the Bavaro video and the standout player videos and things such as that, and like we did when we did rookie matchups. So, but first, let's get into Daniel Jones, social media, and everything else. I am not going to comment on Black Lives Matters. I am not going to comment on the police. I am not going to comment on these things because I am a sports guy. You tune into this to listen to sports. You don't turn into this to let me pontificate what I feel about what's going on in the world or what I feel is going on in society. Is society a screwed up place sometimes? Sure it is, and it's screwed up from every single angle. It's just not one race or nationality or division of people. It's screwed up everywhere, and that's just the way facts is. That's just the way it is. But you know what? It's the world we live in. If you can make your own world a little bit of a better place every single day, then that'll make the world better all around. So that's it. That's all we're going to say about that. But Daniel Jones, I do not care if people kneel on the sidelines. I don't care if people have some type of protest on the sideline. That doesn't bother me. I'm there to watch the game. Like I said, I am a pretty flexible guy. If Daniel Jones also wants to put something out on social media about the events that are happening and solidarity with things, I have no problem with that whatsoever. I do have a problem with people sitting there and going, well, that just shows leadership. No, it doesn't show leadership. It shows more of the fact that he is being more politically active than Eli. He's taking more of an open political stance than Eli did, because Eli wasn't even on social media until after he left the Giants. But that's all that is. That's not leadership. That's I mean, here's my thing. And this is the only time I'm going to talk about it. Here's my thing. You want to kneel on the sidelines? That's great. I don't care. You want to post things on Twitter? That's fine. Don't care. But if you're going to do these things, don't talk to me about this being leadership until you actually physically go out into the community and make a difference. To me, kneeling on the sidelines, posting things on Twitter, that's the cheap way out. Put up or shut up. That's the way it is. And I don't think you posting something on social media makes you a leader. Does not make you the leader of the team. Was it probably the smart thing to do? Of course. But does that make him the leader? No, that doesn't make you a leader of anything. A leader of the team is a guy that's in the locker room every day. The leader of the team is the guy that's encouraging his other teammates. The leader of the team is the guy that makes his teammates around him better. A leader of the team is the one that says, come on, guys, jump on my back. I'm going to carry us. That's what the leader of the team does. A leader of the team dissolves strife in his own locker room. That's a leader, not just posting something on social media. He's a second-year player, guys. There's going to be a lot of people in the Giants locker room. I've been in NFL locker rooms, and I've said it before. I've seen things firsthand. Unless you're going to be like a Patrick Mahomes or something like that, and unless Daniel Jones really excels into his second season and builds that credibility up with the veteran leadership, they're not going to listen to him. And that's just the way it is. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just NFL locker rooms. And I've seen this personally in Tampa with Chris Sims when he was drafted as a rookie. So, I mean, it's neither here nor there. But like I said, let's not anoint Daniel Jones the leader of the Giants because he tweeted something. Let's see what he does with his teammates. Let's see what he does on the field. And let's kind of go from there. But let's get into the unexplained disappearance of B.J. Hill. I was thinking about B.J. Hill the other day, and I don't really know why, but I was. I know why, because I was talking to someone in North Carolina. And BJ, of course, went to North Carolina State. We drafted him in the third round of 2018, 6'3", 211 defensive end / tackle. He had a good rookie season. His rookie season with the Giants, would I say, was it awesome? No, but it was a good rookie season for a third round draft choice. I mean, you think about it this way, he started in 12 games out of 16. He started 12 games out of 16. He did have I believe it was 5.5 sacks with 14 quarterback pressures. He had combined tackles of 48 tackles. But then we went into 2019, and I think a lot of 2019, we had much higher expectations leading into B.J. Hill. And B.J. Hill basically started only 5 games out of 16, and he only had, I believe, a sack last year. That can't be right. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to type up B.J. Hill's right, because he couldn't just have 1 sack. No, he only had 1 sack. He had 36 tackles and 1 sack. So his disappearance is more than I thought it was. And if you take a look at it, his total number of defensive plays, in 18, he had 642, which is 49% of the defensive plays. And then 2019, he had 487, which was only 44% of the defensive snaps. So, I mean, yes, a lot of what happened was we signed Leonard Williams, and BJ kind of went off to the side. Now, to me, that would be an easier way to look at it. But if you kind of break it down percentage a little bit differently, I mean, he also played on 23% of the special teams against only 20% in 2018. But like I said, he kind of just, he kind of disappeared in the Betcher system, I think. So I mean, I don't know. I just find it interesting that he had such pomps and circumstance and promise in 18 and 19. Yeah, he had almost 170 less snaps, but that shouldn't account for only getting 1 sack, only 5 quarterback pressures, and only 36 tackles. I mean, I was watching the film, and he just didn't seem to be getting the same push off the line. I watched some film from 18 to 19, and in some of his games in 18, he seemed to have a better... It was weird. He seemed to have a better understanding of his positioning on the defensive line and how to position himself over the offensive line. And then last year, he seemed to kind of forget all about that. Now, I think the easiest way to go would be to just blame James Betcher. And honestly, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to blame James Betcher, and I'm going to somewhat blame the Leonard Williams trade. And it, like I said, it kind of took away from developing the young talent. And I get a little upset with Gettleman because of the fact that you draft someone in the third round like B.J. Hill, and then you turn around and trade a 3 and a 5 for Leonard Williams, and you give him 16, you're going to give him 16, 17 million, whatever comes out of after arbitration. But B.J. Hill had a half a sack more. And he had more tackles than Leonard Williams. And so, I mean, I'm wondering if BJ is going to make a return next year. I'm wondering if Patrick is going to find a way to put him in the system where his talents are going to be utilized. He is more of an interior rush lineman. I know they had him listed partially last year as a defensive end, but he is really he's an interior push lineman, and like I said, he's got very similar talents to Leonard Williams, and I definitely think that is one of the issues. But I get more concerned sometimes that we're trying to cultivate a guy that's been in the league for 5 years in Leonard Williams and give him $16, $17, $18 million, some ridiculous amount. And then we have B.J. Hill, who we invested a third-round pick in, and we're kind of just turning it around and saying, well, we'll have to just do what we have to do with B.J. And that's kind of what I'm feeling because, I mean, BJ's on a 4-year deal at $4.4 million and only a signing bonus of $1.2 million. So, I mean, he's on the cheap, and we're going into his 3rd season. So, we got 1 more year with him at a pretty cheap salary. So I would like to see him placed, in a position where he can excel. I mean, he's a strong guy, even going back to the combine. Whoa, here we go again. We got the music coming in, but somehow we got something not working right here, and I'm not gonna end the show right here. I may end the show right here because I can't get to the music fast enough. Oh, there it goes. It faded out. We had a little technical error with our buddy over there who was trying to run the music, and I don't think he ran it too well. But like I said, BJ, going back to the combine, finished 3rd in his performance in the bench press. I think he bench pressed 35 times at the combine. So, he's a strong kid, and he can move. He had 35 reps on the bench. He ran a 4.99 on the 40-yard dash. So I mean, like I said, in his shuttle run, his 20-yard shuttle was 4.53. So he's got the talent. He's got the ability. He's a little undersized to be on the deep interior line, and he's kind of the wrong size and dimension to be on the edge. But I think if I think if we could erase the Betcher curse, I'll say, on him, and hopefully Patrick can get something more out of him. But like I said, it's a curious disappearance of BJ Hill. And I honestly, now I'm sitting here talking about it, I'm not thinking it's that curious. I'm blaming Betcher. I'm blaming the Leonard Williams trade. I'm blaming Gettleman. And let's hope this kid, who was a 3rd-round selection, 69th overall, can turn around and have a good season and show the Giants the promise that he showed in 2018. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could if you could subscribe, if you could ring that bell, that would be awesome.